Hey everyone, Jeff Sari from Practical Drummer here, and I'm going to show you the beginning of Tool's The Pot. And it's not especially complicated to play, but I'm going to break it down for you and tell you exactly what's happening, technically. So it's always good to listen to music and try to break it down and see what is that drummer playing, just to understand mechanically what's going on with eighth notes, 16th notes, all that stuff. It just makes you kind of lock in more and understand music a little bit better. So, I'm going to pick up after the kind of the hand drum beginning, where the riff, the guitar riff, dun 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 dun, dun, right? That's the tempo, dun dun, and then the fill. Okay, so that first drum fill, I'm going to break that down for you. So there's three parts. There's the intro drum fill, I'll explain, and then the beginning drum groove where there's a lot of cymbals going on, and then when they actually get into the singing, that first verse, I'll show you that groove that Danny Carey plays. So the fill, the beginning fill, it starts on the E. So it's 1 E, you're going to double the E. 1 E and a, okay? 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1. So you're doubling the E of 1, the and of 2, and the duh of 3. Okay? Slow. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1. Up to speed, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So that's what he's doing. You can actually put the double. It's not a double stroke, it's a double. You're adding a 30-second note in with the left hand. That's why I call it a double. You're doubling up the E or the and or the duh, okay? Because you're adding in that 30-second note right after that E, for instance. But you could also, just to kind of practice this, you could put the double up here. So it would sound like this: 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Okay? So that's pretty much what he's doing there. So articulate it however you want, but that's what's happening. So then he goes into this great cacophony of cymbals, right? So I'll just play it and then I'll break it down. So I'll start with the drum fill, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the beginning part with all the cymbals. But I'm going to break it down on the right hand hi-hat without cymbals, just so you can see what's happening. Okay, and he actually plays it on the open hi-hat. But I'm adding the left foot on quarter notes to have an added independence challenge. Okay. So the more you can play with your left foot on the quarter note when you're soloing, playing a groove, the better off you're going to be as a drummer, okay? Because you're going to understand where everything falls according to the quarter note pulse, okay? Because everything is subdivided from the quarter note, right? Eighth notes, eighth note triplets, 16th notes, all that stuff is what happens in between the pulses. So basically he's playing eighth notes, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, the bass drum is the first. It's a 2-measure phrase, so it's 1 E and duh, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, then it's the and of 2 on the snare. 1 and 3 and. Okay, and then it's and 4 with the bass drum. Okay. And then it's the duh of 4 with the snare. So this is the first measure of the 2-measure phrase. But in order to achieve the duh, he doesn't go and duh, he goes and duh. And duh. So it's an and then the duh here when you hit the duh, because you know he's playing eighth notes and duh. So three, three and four, three and four, duh. Okay, so there's actually not going to be any hits on the one. It's going to go over the bar line, although this is going to be playing on one, obviously, because we're playing quarter notes. You're going to get back on track with the and of one, okay? And from there it's and 2E and 3. So 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E. Okay, so the snare drum's on 3. The bass drum is on the duh of 1, the E, and the duh of 2. Okay? 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. See how I start on the and? 1 and then 3 and the 3. 2, 3, 4, 1. 1. 1 and then 3 and 3. Okay? So, and then the last bit of the second measure there is 3 on the snare, the duh of 3 with the bass drum, the E of 4, and then to round it out with the and of 4 on the snare drum. Okay? So I'll just play that second measure. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay? So both measures together on the hi-hat here sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So remember, the first measure, the duh of 4, 4E and duh, 1E and, you get back on the and, okay? So you're actually not playing on 1, so it's actually an over the bar line feel, okay? But now what we need to do is bring it up to cymbals. Every time you hit a snare drum, you're gonna hit on a cymbal. Doesn't matter what cymbal, you know, just get creative. But that's gonna sound like this. So remember, when you go this and you're going to go and or and okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the beginning. So after the drum fill, you've got that part. Okay, and the last drum fill there that you heard me go, okay, basically it's 3E and 4E and 3 and 4E to go into the drum groove, which again I'm going to play up here because he actually plays it on the open hi-hat, you know. You know, something like that, right? So I'm going to be playing it up here. Just again for an independence challenge. So basically the snare drum now goes on 2 and 4, so that works done for you. It's easy breezy, lemon squeezy. The bass drum line follows a pseudo 4/3 pattern, which we've been talking about in the last videos. It's actually 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and. Okay, so there's a lot of 3-note groupings there. Basically, I'm going to play it and I'll show you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So basically, I'm going to break it down. 1E, 2E, and 3E, and 4E, and 1E, 2E, and 3E, and 4E, and 1. Okay? 1E, and 2E, and 3E, and 4E, and 1E, and 2E, and 3E, and 4E, and 1. Okay, now he hits the open hi-hat on the and of 4 in the second measure. Again, it's a 2-measure phrase. Okay, it's already playing quarter notes here, so all I have to do is go 4 and 1, 4 and 1. See, it doesn't even have to change. That's pretty easy. Just bring your left hand over to the hi-hat here. If he's playing it like this, then you have to kind of open it and close it. But it's already going for you, so that work's done. Okay? So here is it all put together, up to speed, Tools the Pot. Listen to it and match it up with what I'm doing so you can kind of understand it technically, and then try it out yourself. Okay? Here we go. Pick up where he plays the 2 and 4 on the bass drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I went into a little bit more. There's another 8-measure phrase after that where he actually hits some cymbals on the accents, but just to carry it over a little bit. That's fun to play. It's a great song. So try that out. Post what you think about this video. You know, if you understand it, if I'm explaining it clearly enough, give me some feedback. Love to hear it, and love to hear how it goes in your practice. Okay? Take care.